everyone, welcome to the video. I appreciate you watching. I am Matt. This video I'm going to talk to you guys about some of the recent modifications I've had to do to my EcoBoost Mustang to address some understeer that I've recently had on track. Now, if you're familiar with the channel, you know that I just recently kind of conquered the heat monster that's been battling me since last summer with this new Core Motorsports heat extracting hood. But I have a problem with the hood, and I'm going to talk to you guys about that a little bit later in the video and kind of go over that a bit. It's being addressed, but I want to let you guys know what's going on. And then we'll talk about the parts that I had to put on the car to address the understeer issue I was having at Waterford Hills. So let me show you a lap. It's not my fastest lap, but let me show you a lap from one of the sessions a couple weeks ago that made me make some adjustments, and you'll see all the understeer. And then we'll come back, we'll talk about the hood, we'll talk about the parts that I put on to address the understeer, and then I'll show you a video at the end of another lap from last weekend. It's similar time, so again, neither one of my fastest, but it's similar in time, so you'll be able to see the adjustment with the understeer. I'm running the same line stuff, but modifications can make a big difference. It's not always the driver, sometimes it's the car, things get out of whack or just need to be replaced. It's the way it goes. So let's go ahead and roll the first clip. Yeah, as you guys can see, there's a lot of understeer there, and that's not comfortable. You don't want to be pushing all over the track, but it's the way it goes sometimes. You still want to have fun, and I'd rather push through it and maintain good speed than slow down and just, be upset by that part of it. So I'd rather just go fast and just push through, but that affects your tires. You're going to wear them out a lot quicker and heat them up a lot faster. So those things are all things you have to take into consideration before you start pushing through it. But before I go too much further, let me tell you guys about the modifications that we did, and then I'll start talking about the hood. I know a lot of people are probably waiting around for the hood talk, but that's why we're going to save it for later. So, modifications. I did Steeda front and rear, billet, sway bar mounts. Okay, so the fronts have Delrin bushings, the rear still has the polyurethane stuff or whatever. But whatever, greased them up real good, replaced the old ones, put these on. Doing the rear on this car was not the easiest because of how big the Roush muffler and stuff is back there. Getting to one of the bolts was a little difficult, but I got it, no big deal. And then the biggest adjustment, since I wanted to go and get the car aligned again, because I figured it was probably a little out of whack. It hadn't been done since early in the season, and I've been at much different track days, so I'm sure it was out of whack. I had to get that done, but before I did, I always ask, okay, well, what kind of suspension mod can I do to the car that's going to help me, and that usually requires an alignment afterwards? Well, something that's been in the shopping list for a while was the Steeda front end lateral link, the control arm lateral links with the extended ball joint. Because when you lower your car, you're lowering, that center, roll stuff, right? I mean, it changes the, geometry of how everything works. So you put something like this on, it's going to fix that with the extended ball joint, and that's going to allow you to, kind of get back to that proper, roll center, and that's going to help you with your turn-in. It's going to reduce body roll a bit, which of course all that's going to help you with grip. So that was something I wanted to do for a while. It was a great time to do it, so those were installed as well, and the alignment all set up as well, and then it was time to test. But I had one other thing I had to take care of first, and I had one tire that was unfortunately in bad shape, and This is a brand new Michelin Pop Sport 4S on here. I broke it in last weekend during the testing, so I'll show you guys that video here in a minute. But I had to do that just because the other one was worn out, and that was causing me quite a bit of my issues with my understeer. I do have one more up there. That is a used one though. It's no damage on it. I got it on eBay for $129. Absolutely no damage, never been repaired, and in very good shape. So this one's brand new. They're like $360, so yeah, a little bit more money. So I was glad to find that deal. They're far and few between, that's for sure. Usually they're repaired and they have plugs and stuff. And I mean, you don't want to be running patched and plug tires on the track. When that stuff heats up, I mean, those things will fail on you. So don't ever do that. Brand new or used with no repairs. Anyways, replace that as well. Now let me go ahead and show you guys the video of another lap at a similar time to the first one after these adjustments were made, and then we can go ahead and talk about if you thought it made any difference. I think it did, but let's go ahead and roll that. Obviously it affected a little bit. I mean, it didn't completely solve it, but I didn't expect that to happen either because I've always had understeer in the spots that I had in that lap. It just isn't as pronounced as it was in that first lap. I mean, I think it was mostly tires though. I mean, obviously changing out sway bar, amounts is not fixing something like that, but it was something that I wanted to do for a while because I hadn't checked on the bushings in a while and greased them up. So it's like, instead of just doing that, why don't I just buy some better amounts that I know aren't going to flex and things like that, and while I'm messing with them and taking them off. So I do those types of mods when it comes time for maintenance. Before just using the Steeda sway bars and the stock, mounts that come with those, it's been fine, but when you have the opportunity to change it out, you might as well. So I took that opportunity to take care of it. The front lower controller and lateral links with the extended ball joints, and that's a super long part name, but that's what they're called. Yeah, when you kind of fix that center roll, I mean, it's definitely helpful. I didn't necessarily notice any better turn-in or anything like that with them, but perhaps it was just a slight increase and maybe it is a little bit better. I don't know. I need to push it a little bit more to find out when I have my RE71Rs on it instead of my 4Ss. They're a little more grip in the dry. I think that's when maybe I would see a possible difference. But yeah, that's it for the parts and the track stuff. So now the moment you guys have all been waiting for, we'll go ahead and talk about the hoods. All right, this is a great hood. Does all the heat extraction stuff I need it to do. The arrow latches are awesome, easy to use, but the hood has cracked on me already. So I'm not sure you guys can see that very well, but yeah, so that kind of sucks. I contacted Dean Martin at Core Motorsports. He's going to contact Anderson Composites, send them the pictures that I sent him. I think since it's so low down here, that it will be covered under warranty. If it was up here, it'd be different. But I mean, this is so close to the edge. I mean, there's nothing between there though. There's the fiberglass underneath, and then there's dead space. So, if I was to get another one, if they replace it, or if I unfortunately someday have to buy a new one, which won't be for a long time, I'd wait till this is like not usable anymore, which would really suck. But hey, it's the way life goes sometimes. But I would probably try to fill it with some kind of foam. You can go to the hardware store and get that spray foam, and that way it just hardens up in there and gives it some rigidity. Hopefully get a replacement on that. I don't know, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. You think they should replace that under warranty? Let me know what you think about that second lap and the Steeda parts that were put on the car, if you think that made much of a difference at all, or maybe I'm just, pushing things too hard. It was the tires. It's hard to say, right? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments, guys. I appreciate you watching, though. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you next video. Peace.